Hi, good day everyone. So today we will be doing June 2018 paper 2 number 7, which is typically a sequence question. A sequence of figures is made up of squares of unit lengths. The first three figures in the sequence are shown. Draw the fourth sequence. So I have this image already, so I am not about to draw that. That's the third figure, right? If we look at figure 1, we can see that they're adding 2 up here, right? So basically what they're doing is figure 4 would be, just imagine that this is a square, guys. Looks like a square, right? They're just adding 2 like this, right? Because, yeah, they're just adding 2 above. So this is how figure 4 would look like. It would be a third figure plus 2 of these blocks going up. All right, let's look at part B. Study the pattern of numbers in each row of the table. Each row relates to one of the figures in the sequence on figures on page 22. Some rows have not been included in the table. Complete the row numbered 1, 2, and 3. If you look at this, you see that part 3 is your end formula. And I always say find the formula first and then the rest becomes easy. Right? This one could actually, the fourth figure would be kind of easy. You know that the difference between 3 and 5 is 2, and then the difference between 5 and 7 is 2. So your fourth figure would have been 7 plus 2, 7, 8, 9, that's 9. This one, the difference between 8 and 12 is 4, and 12 and 16 is 4. So your fourth figure would have been 16 plus 4, which is equal to 20. You could do it like that, right? After, if it has it like this, like the figures, do not do it this method. If they tell you, let's say the seventh figure, it's best you find the formula first and then work backwards. But because it's going figure 1, 2, 3, and we have the first number is directly after 3 is 4, right? You could have done it like this. Then after I do this, I go to part 3 first and then I work backwards, right? So they're telling me that my figure is equals to n. Right? I know when we, like, as we saw before, this is for s, by the way. As we saw that there was a difference of 2, right? And your first figure in that sequence is actually equal to 3, right? So you use the formula an is equals to a1 plus, open bracket, n minus 1 by d. So wherever we see n, we're going to put it as n. Wherever we see a1, you put in 3, and wherever you see d, you put 2. So it's going to be an is equals to a1, which is 3, plus, open bracket, n minus 1 by a difference, which is 2. Right? According to law of distribution or distributive law, you multiply the 2 by each term in the bracket here. So now it becomes an is equals to 3 plus 2n minus 2, right? So an is equals to 3 minus 2 plus 2n, right? You group like terms, right? I group the numbers and I leave the number and letter alone, right? 3 minus 2 is 1, 1 plus 2n, or if you put 2n plus 1, same difference, that is the formula for here. Right? And if you want to check to see if your fourth one is correct, you say, well, that's 2 multiplied by 4. 4 2s are 8 plus 1 is 9. So you see that, hey, my first one is correct. You can check it back, right? Then we're going to find the formula for your parameter. This is your parameter here. You saw that you want to know when your figure number is n. Your difference was, we saw that the difference was 4, and a1 is your first term in the sequence, which is 8. You put it in this formula. An is equals to a1 plus n minus 1 by d. So an is equal to a1, which is 8, plus n minus 1 by d, which is 4. So an is equals to 8. According to law of distribution, you're going to multiply 4 by each term in the bracket. 4 by n and 4 by minus 1, that is plus 4n minus 4. Group like terms, that's 8 minus 4 plus 4n, that is 4 plus 4n, or 4n plus 4. Doesn't matter. So if you want to put 4n plus 4, or n plus, sorry, not 4n plus 4, 4n plus 4 here. All right. That would be the answer. If you want to put 4 outside and, sorry, if you want to put 4 first plus 4n, it doesn't matter the order in which you put it. You still would get it, especially for addition, right? That is law of, right? Again, that is law of, that's the commutative law. It does not matter the order in which we add, you're supposed to get the same answer. So whether you have 4n first or 4 after, doesn't matter. Now that we got the formulas for n, you can solve for part 2. So they're telling you that I want my figure number when your number of squares is equals to s. So the formula for number of squares is 2n. So we're saying that 2n plus 1 is equals to 43. You make n the subject. Again, we do backwards from BODMAS, so you're going to carry across your plus sign first. So 2n is equals to 43 minus 1, sorry. That's 2n is equal to, let me just erase that, it's 43 minus 1, right, which is 42. Then we're going to carry across, multiply by 2, which is divide by 2. So n is equals to 42 divided by 2. N is equals to 21. So once you get your figure number, this becomes so much easier. It will be 4 by 21 plus 4. That is 84 plus 4 is equals to 88. And that would be your answer for part 2. So part C says determine the relationship between the number of squares and the perimeter of the figure. Right. So we know for S, or the formula for S is equals to 2n plus 1, and for perimeter is equals to 4 plus 4n. So we're asking ourselves 2n plus 1, right? What you would have to do with this 2n plus 1 to get 4, and let's put 4n first. Here, to get 4n plus 4. So the first thing I'm seeing here is how would we go from 2n to 4n? You can, 2n multiplied by 2 would give you 4n. So if you're multiplying just 2n by, you can't do that. You have to multiply the entire thing by 2, right? So if you multiply, again, to go from 2n to 4n, we multiply 2n by 2. But you cannot just multiply the first figure by 2. You have to multiply the entire thing. So what we did is we multiplied this entire thing by 2. So you say 2 multiplied by 2n plus 1 is equals to 4n plus 4. Let's check. 2n by 2 is 4n plus 2 is equals to 4n plus 4. We do not get, we're supposed to get 4, right? How would you turn 2 into 4? You would have to add 2 plus 2, right? Which is equals to 4. So what would be the relationship? You would say, therefore, we multiply 2n plus 1 by 2, then add a constant of, that's not add. Then add a constant of 2. And that is how you would do this question, right? You would ask yourself, how would you turn 2n to 4n? Multiply by 2. But you can't just multiply this by 2. You have to multiply the entire thing by 2. So you get 4n plus 2. And you say, well, the difference between 4n plus 2 and 4n plus 4, you see that the 2 and the 4 are different, right? Remember, if you had to multiply, you would have to multiply this entire thing. We don't want to do that. So we said, okay, well, we'll just have to add. So how you would do this? You would put 2 open bracket 2n plus 1 plus 2. And that would be, this is equal to 4n plus 4. And that is how you would state the relationship between squares and perimeter. right? And that is the end of May-June 2018.